He's not scoring the same amount of goals, so he maybe not feeling as though he's contributing or deserves the adulation as much as he would had previously. And he is. I'm not saying it's a hard guy to get to know, but he does seem like a naturally quite a quiet wee chap. And this year, maybe he's a wee knock of confidence because the goals haven't been flowing as much. But I still think he's got a huge part to play.
Listen, I don't disagree with you. And as you said, he's a specialist in Derby Day. And there's two massive Derby days to come.
If Idah plays in the team now and keeps it going the way he's going, scoring a few goals, really interesting to get to Ibrox. Who gets the nod? Really interesting because he has been, terrific against Rangers. With a bit more space, especially going to Ibrox, you think it's a big. That's going to be a major call when it comes. But there's a lot of games to play the ball in.
I'm looking at it and I'm not convinced that, I know that Iwata came in at third part from nowhere, by the way, which you mentioned earlier, Mick, was a sign of a manager who's reaching around trying to find a problem to fix.
He was injured right enough. He had an injury right enough for a while. But he's not played off a lot.
Listen, he came in at Motherwell, he did nothing for 45 minutes. If anything, all he did was throw out the balance of the midfield because I don't think Celtic get the best out of Callum McGregor when he's not.
Yeah, I don't agree. I thought he played well at Motherwell. I thought he played pretty well.
No, he did. I thought the game passed him by for 45 minutes. Came into it a little bit in the second half.
The fans booed him getting taken off.
The fans were booing Brendan Rodgers at that point, Mick. The fans were booing anything because at that point...
It took up a defensive midfield player for an attack midfield and he got booed for it. I thought
was ridiculous. That was a ridiculous overreaction from myself.
It was another silly booing. We've seen quite a lot of silly booing this season.
Yeah, as Brendan Rodgers has said at one point during the season, I know what they're booing me. And that's exactly what that was. Iwata hadn't done enough to constitute the manager getting jeered for making a substitution. It just wasn't the case. But in Brendan Rodgers' eyes, he did enough to stay in the team and stay in that position for last night. Again, he did fine. He did, But I'm not sure that he's the answer. And I wonder if you look at it, instead of having him there, put McGregor back into that position, allow O'Reilly a little bit more freedom to go and do what he does further up the pitch, but also bring Kyogo into that and try again with Idah up front and Kyogo roving around and behind him. I think that might be the best system, and I wonder if that's what Brendan Rodgers will have in mind for Ibrox.